So hello everybody. We are in class 6. We are in class 6 and we shall be dealing today with exercise 12D. 12D where we shall extensively read or learn about continued proportion. What? Continued proportion. Oh, good. Now, what is this continued proportion? So come on, let's start the class. Three terms, for example, when three terms have been given to you, A, B and C. These are the three terms which have been given to you. So they are said to be in continued proportion only when the ratio of A is to B is equal to B is to C. Okay, for example, let us take one of our sum, like what to take, like 6 is to 12, 6, 12 and 24. So you might be asked that are these in continued proportion? In order to prove that they are in continued proportion, the ratio of 6 is to 12 should be equal to 12 is to 24. Let us see if this is right. X by 6 by 12 is equal to 12 by 24. 6 1 times, 2 times, 1 times, 2 times. Therefore, 1 by 2 is equal to 1 by 2, and we would then say that yes, it is in continued proportion. Try to understand this first. Okay. Now, which of these following numbers are in continued proportion? Let me give you one more example. Okay, let us take one more example, like 3, 6 and 15. 3, 6 and 15. And you are being asked that are these three numbers in continued proportion? Continued proportion. Question mark. So let us see. So in order to prove that they are in continued proportion, the ratio of 3 is to 6 should be equal to 6 is to 15. Let's solve it. So 3 by 6 is equal to 6 by 15. On cancellation, what do we find? 3 1 times, 2 times, 3 2 times, 3 5 times. Therefore, what do you think? What can you say? Of course, it's not equal. So when 1 by 2 is not equal to 2 by 5, 1 by 2 is not equal to 2 by 5, we'll say that they are not in continued proportion. Clear? Okay. Moving on to the next one. I hope you can do the remaining sums. However, let us take one more example, like 12, 18 and 27. 12, 12, 18 and 27, are these in continued proportion? So 12 by 18 should be equal to 18 by 27. Let us see. 6 2 times, 6 3 times. Similarly, 9 2 times, 9 3 times. Yes, 2 by 3 is equal to 2 by 3. So we say yes, they are in continued proportion. Okay, they are in continued proportion. That is why I mute my phone. Yes, they are in continued proportion. Okay. Now, my dear, next comes your mean proportion. What a mean person you are. mean proportion. MEAN. Mean proportion. PORTION. Mean proportion. So what do you exactly mean by mean proportion? Let us see. 3 and 27, these two numbers have been given to you, and you are being asked that find the mean proportion between them. This mean proportion, actually it means the middle number. It means the middle number. So the middle number over here is x. Let us take the middle number as x. Now when you take the middle number as x, you will have to convert this into continued proportion. Continued proportion. Now after you put the value of this mean proportion x over here, let us convert this into mean proportion, continued proportion. Therefore 3 is to 6, x, ratio of 3 is to x should be equal to x is to 27. Yes or no? Yes. Now let us multiply these two and these two. So I hope still you might be remembering that these two values are known as the means, and these two, the last two, are known as the extremes. These are the means and these are the extremes. So product of mean should be product of extremes. Therefore x into x should be equal to 3 into 27. Okay, x into x is what? X into x is equal to x square. X square is equal to 3 into 27. Now when you transpose, you can see over here that when you will find the value of x, then these two will move on to the other side and will get converted to square root. This square becomes square root. Therefore x will be equal to square root of 3 into 27. Okay, square root of 3 into 27. Come on, let us find the square root of 3 into 27. So what we shall do, we shall disintegrate. Disintegrate means to break these two into factors. Okay, so 3 into square root of 3 into 27 means 3 into, let us break this 27. So how can you break this 27? 3 times 3 times 3. 3 times 3 times 3. Okay, so I have broken this 3 into 27 as 3 times 3 times 3. Now for every two of the common numbers we will take 1 3, and for again these two numbers I will take 1 3. Therefore my answer will be 3 3s are 9. 3 3s are 9. I hope you have understood this. Now even if you have understood this, I would not tell you to go according to this process. Now since you have learnt it, my intention was only to make you understand. Since you have learnt it, so from next time if you are being asked that find the mean proportion PORTION, mean proportion between 3 and 27, what you will do, you will directly write that the value of mean proportion x should be equal to square root of 3 into 27. Achha, you can do by one more method, that 3 into you can multiply these two. 3 into 27 is equal to 81, and the square root of 81 is equal to 9. Okay, I would just request you people, not request you people, better advise you, that you should learn the square of numbers from 1 to 20. Square of numbers from 1 to 20. 1 to 20 at least. For example, the square of 12 is equal to 144. Therefore, the square root of 144 will be equal to 12. Once again, the square of 9 is equal to 81. Therefore, the square root of 81 will be equal to 9. I hope you have understood this. Okay. Moving on to some more numbers like 0.06. Okay. 0, this is the second part. Okay. 0.06, 0.06 and 0.96. You have been asked to find out the mean proportion. Find out the mean proportion. So in order to find mean, what shall you do? We shall go directly, if we adopt this particular method, x is equal to square root of 0.06 into better you remove the 0, 0.96. Okay, 0.96. So how shall we go? Let us see. Have patience. This can be written as 6 by 100. Okay, and this 96.96 can be written as 96 by 100. Very good. Now the next step is you break this 6 and 96. So let me find the factors of 6 and 96. So 6 will be 3 2 times 6. Okay, and let us find out the factors of these 96. So where to find? I'll find it over here. Let us find the factors of 96. It will be better if I find it over here. No space here is here. You will not be able to see. However, 96. Come on, let us find the factors. 2 how many times? 2 48 times. Similarly, 2 24. Again 2 12. 2 6. 2 3. Means 1 2 3 4 5. 1 2 3 4 5 and then 1 3 is over here. Okay, divided by 100. Divided by 100. So what did I teach you right now? That for every two of them I will take 1. Okay, I took. For these two again I will take 1 2. Similarly for these two numbers again I will take 1 2, and for these 2 3 I will take one of them, divided by, for these 200, there were 200s over here, for these 200 I will take one of the 100. Now let us multiply. 2 2 times 4, and 4 2s are 8, 8 3s are 24 by 100, which will give you how much? 0.24. Better you write 0.24 is your solution. Clear? Now using the same continued proportion, we shall also find the third proportional. For example, you have numbers like 4, 36 and 18. Third proportion. Let us concentrate on this third, THIRD, third proportion. Third proportion, 36 and 18. 36 and 18. So you have been given two numbers, 36 and 18, and you are being asked that can you find the third proportion? So yes, of course you can find. Your numbers are 36, 18, and the third proportion is your x. This is the third one. After this, what you will do? You will convert it into continued proportion. That we learnt right now. We had learnt right now. Continued proportion. Okay. Now, if these three numbers are in continued proportion, then 36, ratio of 36 and 18 should be equal to 18 is to x. What should be equal to? They are in continued proportion. So naturally 36 is to 18 should be equal to 18 is to x. Now the same thing, the product of these two means will be equal to the product of extremes. So 36 into x should be equal to 18 times 18, or x is equal to 18 times 18 by 36. Now who will cancel? Naturally I will only cancel, you will not cancel. 18 2s are 36 and 2 9 times. Therefore, the third proportion, the value of third proportion is equal to 9. Okay, should I take one more? Okay, the simple one. Okay, teachers mostly take the simple ones only. 5.25 comma 7, and the third proportion is your x. Can you do it? 5.25 ratio 7 should be equal to 7:x. Therefore, 5.25 into x, 5.25 times x should be equal to the product of means, 7 into 7. So x will be equal to how much? X will be equal to 7 times 7 by 5.25. Shall we solve it? Let us remove this decimal from the denominator. I hate decimal when, especially when it is in the denominator. Come on. So when you will remove it, naturally you will have to multiply by 100 in the numerator. Come on. 7 how many times? 7 sevens are 49. 7 5 times. 7 5 times. How much? 35. Good. 25 3 times and 25 4 times. So 7 4s are 28 by 3. So the value of x will be equal to 28 by 3, which you can convert it into decimal. Okay. So if you convert it into decimal, what are you going to get? 3 how many times? 3 9 times 27. 3 9 times 27, and then 3 3 times 10. Yeah, 9.3. This will be equal to 9.3. Hope this is right. Okay. 7. Yes, I hope this is right. Of course. Let it be. If there's some mistake, please try to solve it. Come on. Moving on to number 5. What do we have? The ratio between 7 and 5 is same as the ratio between 7 and 5. The ratio between 7 and 5 is same as the ratio between x, means rupees x, and 20.50. Rupees 20.50. So if it is so, then product of the means should be equal to the product of extremes, means 5 times x. While solving, I won't be mentioning rupees. At the end, I'll put the given unit. 5 times x should be equal to 7 times 20.5. So x will be equal to how much? 7 into 20.5 by 5. 5 4 times 20.1, and when you multiply this 7 into 4.1, what will you get? 7 4 times 28, 28.7, and the unit which is given should be put in order to give the correct or the right answer. Okay. How much time have I invested? I have invested only 18 minutes. Okay. Now, let us concentrate on these two sums, 6 and 7, which are quite very important. Moving to number 6. Now, moving on to number 6, what do we have? Do we have something special? Yes. 4x plus 3y. 4x plus 3y. 4x plus 3y. The ratio of 4x plus 3y and 3x plus 5y. 3x plus 5y is equal to 6:7. Is equal to 6:7. Now they are asking you that Find the ratio of x is to y. Okay. Now when this is given, the first thing that hits your brain is to find the product of extremes and the product of means. Clear? Let us find the product of these two extremes. 4x plus 3y, 4x plus 3y multiplied by 7 should be equal to 3x plus 5y, 3x plus 5y multiplied by 6. I hope till now you don't have any issue. Now let us multiply. On multiplication, what are we going to get? Have a look. 7 4 times you will multiply both of these terms with 7 and both these terms by 6. So let us multiply both these terms, and what are we going to get? Let us see. 7 4 times 28x plus 7 3s are 21y is equal to 6 3s are 18x plus 6 5s are 30y. No issue at all. Okay, let me move. Yes, now it's fine. So that let me adjust my screen. What are you going to do now is to bring all x onto one side and all y onto the other side. So here you will get 28x minus 18x, this plus 18x. When you will move on to this side, it will be minus 18x, and this will be equal to 30y minus 21y minus 21y. Good. This is also good. Fine. Now again let me increase the length. Good. So 28x minus 18x will give you 10x is equal to how much? 9y. 10x is equal to 9y. My dear, when you get 10x is equal to 9y, when you get 10x is equal to 9y, what were you asked? You were asked to find the ratio of x by y. Yes or no? So x by y will be equal to 9 by 10. 9 by 10. Now you will say, how sir? Can you please cross multiply? When you will cross multiply, you will find that y into 9 is equal to 9y and x into 10 equal to 10x. So by cross multiplication, you can see that the value you have put is correct. So x by y will be equal to 9 by 10, not 10 by 9. This means you have to bring this, 1 minute, 10x is equal to 9y. You have to bring this y over here below x, and 10 will move over here onto this side. So x by y will be equal to your 9 by 10. I hope I have been able to make you understand properly. So what did you get? You got x by y equal to 9 by 10. Now see, x by y equal to 9 by 10. Come on, what happened? I have to apply saliva. Okay, don't worry, you will not get affected by corona. Let me adjust my screen. Yes, okay, fine, it's fine. Now what did I get? I had got x by y is equal to 9 by 10. No issue at all. Now what are they asking? Find the value of x when y is equal to 10. Come on. They have given y is equal to 10. So the value of x will be equal to how much? 9. Simple. Now again, they are not happy. They are saying that if x is equal to 27. See what value you got? You had got x by y is equal to 9 by 10. Now they are saying that if x is equal to 27, how can you make x is equal to 27? So you can make x is equal to 27 by multiplying 9 by 3. So when you multiply 9 by 3, you will get the value of x as 27. So naturally, if you are multiplying the numerator by 3, the denominator should also be multiplied by 3. So the value of y will be equal to 30. So when x is equal to 27, y will be equal to 30. The same type of sum is given in the last one, that is number 7. So number 7 should be done very quickly. Let us see. 2x plus 5y, 2x plus 5y by 3y minus 5x, 5x is equal to 5 by 2. Clear? Now, in order to bring it into a straight line form, we'll have to cross multiply it. So let's cross multiply it. 2x plus 5y should be multiplied by 2, okay, and this 3y minus 5x should be multiplied by 5. So I have just cross multiplied it, and then I will try to solve it. So each of these two terms should be multiplied by 2. 2 2s are 4x plus 5 2s are 10y is equal to 15y minus 5 5s are 25x. Clear? What did I teach you right now? I had taught you that you will have to multiply, you will have to bring all x onto one side and all y onto the other side. So 4x plus 25x should be equal to 15y. Let me see, let me check if I have 5 by 2, 2y plus 5, 2y plus 5x. Oh my god, I have multiplied it wrongly. I have to buy one spect. 2y plus 5x, sorry, and 3y minus 5x. This is fine. So 2y, 1 minute, 2y plus 5x and 3y minus 5x is fine. Here we will get y and here we will get x. I think I will have to do it again.